Good morning, everybody. What's going on? Welcome back to Movie Mornings. I'm your host, Don Martino. We got a new little Doctor Strange spot to talk about today. A couple of other things. Not really much, but we're just going to go with it and roll with it. But hey, Dave and Jose have been watching Game of Thrones again. That's going to be fun to talk with them about. It's been a little bit since I've gone through the whole series, so just excited to hear Jose's kind of experience mostly because this is his first time watching, so should be a lot of fun to talk with him about. Anyway, guys, if you haven't done so already, please hit that like button below, subscribe to the channel, leave some feedback in the comment section, share this with your friends, and hit that bell for notifications. First up, we have the man with the gram, the Instagram. That's Mr. Jose Espinal. Jose, how's it going? And there went your camera. I'll fix you while you talk.
Yeah, no, I'm doing good. I'm glad to be here, and I'm excited to talk about and get into some Game of Thrones because I've had a really good experience with it, so I can't wait.
That's great. That's great. I hope Dave's camera isn't doing the same things as yours is right now. But no, dude, yeah, definitely stoked to talk with you about all of that as the folks get a behind-the-scenes look at what I do here. Also, yes, Mr. David Tresh, of course, is with us, and yep, it did the same thing, so we'll fix Dave now, too. Dave,
oh, God, there's so many of me.
I know.
I don't feel so good, Mr. Stark.
It's the multiverse. Dave's in
What's
the
going on?
Oh, dude, what's up?
Yeah, except in every universe, I'm the same asshole. I look exactly the same and I suck. I'm even wearing the backwards hat, apparently. I'm doing pretty good. I'm saddened by the fact that Jose said he's excited to talk about Game of Thrones, given the content that we're going to talk about. You know, the biggest tragedy of all time. Basically, worst life events that most people have gone through in their lives. So, yeah, I just have depression now.
Yeah, that's all right. Hey, no, it's not okay. You had to get help. Get help, folks. Yeah, anyway, look,
someone.
Yeah, look, man, I got Jose's reaction to the Red Wedding last night, and it was pretty fucking great. But before we get into that, because I'm not even sure that everything's working right now, and clearly it's not. Yep. Look at everybody's cameras just all kind of thrown off here, so that's wonderful. But yeah, man, Jose, how's it been going though? How's Game of Thrones to you so far? You're 3 seasons in, I think, at this point. So
yeah, I'm on season 4 right now. I am enjoying it a lot. I'm honestly I'm hooked. I just can't stop watching. I'll start and I'll go all day and just watch all day because it's some very interesting and very good stuff too that I just can't put down.
Yeah.
Man. For everyone listening in, by the way, Jose told me that by the time that we would do our stereo together on Game of Thrones, he would be on about episode 4. And by the time we did stereo, he goes, "Oh yeah, I'm on season 3, episode 3 right now." And
I remember him saying that too. I haven't really
slept much, and I've just watched this basically, and I was like, my thoughts exactly.
I remember him saying that too when we were talking about just him going through. He's like, "Oh yeah, I could probably get 4 episodes watched the first season." And then like
they're long episodes, and then he's like, "Nah, season 3, episode 3 is where I'm at." I'm like, "Oh gosh."
Yeah, that's what the show will do to you, though.
Look, I mean, at this rate, by our next stereo, I'll most likely be done with the show.
Yeah,
at this rate,
wouldn't surprise me. Yeah, not at all. Yeah, I know. I'm fixing everything here, folks. I'm sorry. Yeah, but. Dude, no, for real, it's pretty cool that you guys have been able to, rewatch that. I mean, go ahead and talk about that for a little bit. I mean, Dave, I mean, how's it been? Because you're watching with them, right?
Yeah, I'm rewatching, so I've been brushing up. There's certain episodes that, like, Game of Thrones isn't a very dry show, but there's certain episodes that I can like kind of skip around to keep up with Jose, obviously, because he's just been watching it through the night, unlike me. But yeah, it's been great. I was reminded of one of the greatest speeches in all of Game of Thrones, which was at the Battle of Blackwater, and that is Tyrion. When Joffrey decides to step away and leave the battlefield, and everyone's pretty defeated, and then Tyrion lets everyone there know that he knows a way to get behind the troops and shove it right up their ass, apparently, which is the best speech ever in Game of Thrones. And he kind of rallies everyone together, and at the very beginning of his speech, like everyone's just kind of like, "Dude, screw this, we're done." And by the end of it, he's like, "Those are brave men knocking on our door. Let's go kill them." And everyone was fucking hyped. They got outside, kicked some ass. And of course, he didn't get the recognition that he deserved from his father, Tywin, but that was expected.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, I agree, man. I'm going to try to pull up Jose's reaction here, though, to the Red Wedding, because it's great. And this hasn't been posted on the channel yet or anything. So you guys are going to get kind of an exclusive. This is
exclusive.
completely unedited right now, but I'll kind of cut it into a reaction video at some point. I gotta look for it here though, so just give me one moment while I do that. But yeah, I mean, Jose, like in retrospect on the Red Wedding though, like how what's your thoughts now? Kind of like thinking back on
I mean, I'm still pissed.
Icarus.
It was unexpected for sure. My mind was blown. My mind was boggled. I still am processing it. Like even after sleeping on it, I'm still processing it. I've kind of moved on. I've kind of moved on from it now because I'm already on season 4, so I kind of moved on from that. But it's still in the back of my head. Always will. I mean, it was tragic and pissed me off. So, yeah.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I understand your feelings, believe me. I did find the video, so that's good. So I'm just gonna have to like open it with this player here, and then once that's done, we can pull it up and watch it together. I'm very excited to go back and look at Jose's reaction.
I can't wait to go back to mine too. It's a good reaction.
Let me take a look here at what's going on. So, all right. So I do have the reaction video pulled up. This is going to be a lot of fun in retrospect, like honestly. Oh man. I know Dave's pretty stoked to see it, aren't you, Dave? You're pretty stoked to see this reaction. So.
Yeah, Dom. You know I love having depression.
Okay. Let me get to the
worst moment of my life. Why don't you?
Let me get to the right screen here.
I was in the hospital for days with a fever, which I basically couldn't move and was dehydrated to the point where I couldn't drink water. And the Red Wedding was worse than that.
I mean, yeah, I was
my man Icarus, bro. That's fucked up.
I was in the hospital for 3 days when I had diabetes, and the Red Wedding was worse than that.
There you go, man. Diabetes. You've been beaten by the Red Wedding.
Let's see here. This is the one I need to get. Okay. So here we go. I'm gonna go ahead. We're gonna pull this up here. I know everything's like so messed up today, like it's wild. But anyway, so I do have I was with Jose last night. This is his reaction to the Red Wedding. Actually, let's do it this way so you guys could actually see like what he's seeing. I'm gonna shrink that down just a little bit here, and then there you go. All right. Okay, so let's check this out. This is. Yeah, I can't wait. All right. So, let's get to when the shit hits the fan here.
I've given you meat, wine, music, but I haven't shown you the hospitality.
You can see my face. Look at it.
My king has married, and I owe my new queen a wedding gift.
Oh, shit. Oh,
Look at your face, man.
Just look at my face. Can't believe it.
Yeah, you're just stuck in the same expression for a good long while there.
Well, damn. Well, damn.
Let's skip forward a little bit.
You already swore me one oath right here in my castle. You swore by all the gods your son would marry my daughter!
Take me for a hostage. But let Rob go. Rob, get up. Get up and walk out. Please. Please.
And why would I let him do that?
On my honor as a Talik. On my honor as a Stark. Let him go. Or I will cut your wife's throat.
I'll find another.
Mother. The Lannisters send their regards.
That eyebrow raise, Jose.
Well, that was just rude. What the fuck? I don't know what.
What do you say?
Now that shows room.
He's like, now this was room. What the fuck?
Good. Oh. Okay then.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he was in a mood last night, and I'm even gonna cut in the aftermath of that reaction too, for all of you, because yeah, you were in a real mood last night, Jose, weren't you?
Oh my god, I was pissed. I was pissed. I struggled to sleep last night.
We could see that. Yeah, no, you were in a real mood after that. I'm glad I got that on video though. That was
yeah. So originally, Dave, to give you he wanted me to watch it myself and then record my reaction on my phone and send it to him. But then he's like, fuck it, I'm gonna just watch this episode with him. So he told me to let him know when I got to episode 9 so he could record my reaction.
Yeah.
Which I'm glad that he did because it's made for some good content.
Speaking of short form stuff,
seriously.
yeah, like we do have a lot more short form stuff on the channel now. We're starting to get there. Like I've been trying to cut some stuff together. I did do a
good work,
reaction of the Strange little spot today. So if you guys want to go check that out, that's up there. Yeah, I've been trying to do short form news. I only got one thing, which is the Doctor Strange runtime, because it has been such a slow week for news. But yeah, once more comes out, you guys will be getting more from me on that. So yeah, we're trying to keep up with that for sure. I also reacted to that. Did you guys watch that Pistol trailer? I mean, I don't know if anybody's.
I did.
You did?
Yeah, I did watch it.
Yeah, it looks interesting. I mean, I'm into it. It's a bio series, so I'll watch it, and I'm stoked about. I mean, Maisie Williams being in it, so that's cool. But I know nothing about the Sex Pistols. So,
Neither do
I. I know a song or two, but that's it. Like I know nothing else. Like, so I don't know what's like supposed to get me interested in this. But the teaser was like 30 seconds, and I was a little upset because it was like my first, like outside of Obi-Wan, the first reaction I did on the channel, really. And so like I was kind of pissed off because it was like a 30-second thing. I was like, oh, that was almost like not even worth doing the reaction once I was done with it. Like that's kind of where my head was at. I had something else I wanted to show you guys. I didn't put this in the notes because I just found out about it not that long ago. Did you guys know? I had this pulled up here a second ago for us. So let me see if I can get it back. Did you guys know about these Jim Henson coffee commercials? Have you seen these? I didn't know this was a thing.
No.
From back in the day?
No.
All right. I can't wait for
Not
this.
to my knowledge.
I can't wait for this. This is some stuff right here.
Okay.
But it looks like
This is already getting dark.
it looks like a black and white Kermit the Frog.
Oh yeah, you guys will
About to get the guillotine.
you guys will dig this, I think. Let me go ahead and adjust it to where we can like full screen it here a little bit better. I know we had all this prepped like not that long ago, so I don't know why it's
Yeah, Dom was over here working hard, and this program said, "Screw that."
yeah, it really did. Really did. It just does not want me. It wants me to fail today. That's what it comes down to. Anyway, so this is full screen.
It's because the system is pissed that Rob Stark died.
Yeah, that's probably it. That's
Yeah, I
gotta be
can't
it.
even handle it. It's so distraught.
Yeah. In case you guys are wondering if Jose's over that or not, but yeah. Here we go. All right, so look at this. These are Wilkins coffee commercials from back in the day. Jim Henson did these. This is before the Muppets or even the Muppets. This is fucking wild stuff.
Okay, buddy, what do you think of Wilkins coffee? I never tasted it. Now, what do you think of Wilkins?
What the fuck?
The fuck? Yo.
Just watch.
I love the
Fuck,
short
did I
time
just
frame.
watch?
What do you think of Wilkins Coffee? Never had it. Bam!
What do you think of
Now
Wilkins coffee?
you had Wilkins.
No, what do you think?
Jesus Christ!
Oh.
I mean, talk about a way to sell. You know, I hate you.
Cutthroat coffee, man.
Oh God, this is like Sopranos before Sopranos. This is unreal. No, man, it just they're all pretty much like this. So you could keep watching them here. Hang on, let me see if I could play another one. Yeah, I should play another one here.
No. Strange things happen to people who don't drink Wilkins.
What the fuck?
This is dark. This is
Yo.
dark as fuck.
It is very dark. What the fuck?
I mean, they get really good though. Here, I'll play another one here. Let's see.
Want some Wilkins coffee with your strawberry shortcake? Can't say that I do. You can't say that you don't either. Boy, this hammer reminds me of Wilkins coffee. Why? Because it always hits the spot. Ooh.
These are all different different spots.
Anybody who doesn't drink Wilkins coffee ought to be tarred and feathered, right? Wrong. He always was a bad sport.
I love this. They got
get
them
you
all.
Wilkins coffee for a price. I wouldn't touch it. There's no future in an attitude like that. The Indians won't bother you. All you got is
Oh
a shipment
my
of Wilkins coffee.
gosh.
I learned that everybody drinks Wilkins.
What the
Give me the eggs and no Wilkins coffee. Give him the eggs, boys. A meal without Wilkins is a mess.
Oh my God.
What the fuck?
Why are we climbing this tree? For Wilkins coffee. I don't want any. It's autumn and the nuts are beginning to fall.
He just kicks him. He just kicks him.
On guard, salute Wilkins coffee. But I don't drink Wilkins coffee. Some learn, some don't.
Oh my God. That's so dark.
How about a delicious cup of Wilkins coffee? No. Strange things happen to people who don't drink Wilkins.
Dropped a building on his head.
I've got
Wilkins
5
around, I
aces.
might need
Can
to
you
buy
beat
some.
that? I've
Wanna
got a
see.
can of Wilkins coffee. Nothing beats Wilkins.
What the hell?
Got $65 for a cup of Wilkins coffee? $65? You want me to go in there looking like a bum?
Jesus.
You have any Wilkins coffee in your house?
Shit.
No. You know, a house isn't a home without Wilkins coffee.
Apparently, it's not a house much longer
They're
either.
just killing each
I
other,
love
man.
these Wilkins coffee commercials, don't you? I'm tired of them. Just kidding, Mr. Wilkins.
Now he's gonna get the Wilkins.
Those Wilkins coffee commercials. You don't like them? No. Then let me fix your set. You can't win.
Blew up his television.
Any last requests? Like for a cup of Wilkins coffee? No. You don't drink Wilkins? No. How shocking. If you don't start drinking Wilkins coffee, I'll make
This
you
is
into
like
tuber
Saw.
I should have saw this coming. He always was a cut-up.
Oh my God.
I should have saw this coming. Nice.
Wilkins
That's a
makes
good
good
one.
coffee. Ooh, better coffee? Wilkins makes the best coffee. Congratulations.
Fuck, curb stop him, bro.
Want a cup of
So
Wilkins
dark.
coffee? What'll Mr. Wilkins do if I don't? Oh, he'll probably put his foot down. Let's go up to the surface for some Wilkins coffee. I never touched the stuff. You should. It's a whale of a coffee. Coffee break. Want a cup of Wilkins? Oh, thank
You know that show, A Million Ways to Die? Or this
Oh,
is
yeah.
the
Oh, yeah.
inspiration. Like I'm telling you right now.
Dumbest ways to die.
That's amazing.
Oh
dude.
my God. And it gets oh my gosh. I mean you got to see this one I was watching, and it's not even a man, it's not even a coffee commercial this time. It was a toy commercial. And I think it's like the first appearance of Kermit, which is even more insane. I'm leaving the screen here. Sorry about that. Yeah, but like this is wild. Let's see.
I wish we had more of these. I'm sick of these commercials now that are like freaking movies where you got to guess the product at the end. and
Right.
Has nothing to do with the product. This is straight to the point. Get Wilkins or you're getting shot, bro.
Exactly.
I want more. If these were commercials on YouTube, dude, I would never skip.
Oh yeah, dude, watch this one. This is wild.
Hey, you guys got a second? My name is Rolf, and I'm a Muppet, see? You know the Muppets, they're that nutty bunch of puppets that keep turning up on TV these days. Anyhow, Ideal is making a plush toy of me, and it looks like this. Oh, well, that was Snurf. He's another Muppet, and Ideal makes a Snurf Muppet, too. But the little Rolf Muppet looks like this.
I am a Kermit. I'm made by Ideal. I think you'll agree I have real appeal.
Yeah. Well, that was Ideal's Kermit Muppet, but I'm trying to show you the Rolf. Now, cut that out. Now here's the Rolf Muppet. Go ahead, kid. Explain yourself.
I am the little Rolf. You can work me like a puppet or play with me like a doll.
Thank you, Junior. You can go now.
Oh, buy us, oh, buy us, oh, buy us, we beg. For if you don't buy us, we'll bite you in the leg.
Now, hold on. What kind of an attitude is that?
So buy us
At once.
a bundle of charms.
And if you don't buy us, we'll break both your arms.
Okay, that's...
Oh my god.
Jesus. Muppets are savage.
I know, dude. Like I was like, yeah, you would never see
There's
that
got to
on
be a
TV
savage
today.
animal commercial out there.
You would never see that on TV today if you don't buy us.
And
a
I
break both
wish
your
I
arms.
would, dude. That's the product I want to buy. Whatever product makes a commercial like that one of these days and takes notes off of this, I'm gonna end up buying their stuff.
Yeah, no shit.
I mean, that's one of the reasons I bought Black Rifle coffee a while back, and I don't drink it anymore because it's way too expensive and not really that worth it. But I saw a few of their hilarious commercials. And I was like, all right, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm gonna buy a few
Yeah.
bags. No lie.
Yeah. Jose, did you have jokes for the trailers today?
Not for the Doctor Strange one.
Don't worry about it. We got two
Okay.
trailers.
No,
Let's just
no
talk about
jokes for a World of Which Rob Stark.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, my
And his
pistol,
own wedding.
my for the pistol one, I was just gonna say something along the lines of like Alabama and shit like that. So
I had a good joke for the Sex Pistols actually, because I had a news article about
it. What was your joke?
Arya Stark, but
Arya
it wasn't that good. It wasn't that good.
Okay.
Yeah,
never
just
mind.
leave the trailer jokes
It
to me.
was it was the girl is not nobody. The girl's not Arya Stark. The girl is in the new biopic, The Pistols. And
Oh.
that was going to be my segue more than a joke. into
Yeah.
the
I was
thing,
gonna say,
but
just leave
that's
the-
already covered. so
Leave the
let's do
trailer,
that.
leave the trailer jokes to me. I'm just kidding. kidding. I'm
Okay.
kidding. I'm kidding.
Okay.
Yeah, no, look, I mean, the thing I really liked about the pistol trailer, again, we'll just touch on it real quick here. Is again, it just, I guess for like, if you were a Sex Pistols fan, you'd probably be pretty excited. You know, it's a small teaser, but you'd probably be pretty excited. I mean, I'm excited about Danny Boyle doing it. I think he's really good. He's a great, filmmaker. And it looks like it's up his alley of style and all that. So I'm excited about that mainly, I think. And then like the other thing about it, like obviously the Maisie Williams, I mean, I like her a lot. I think she's a really wonderful actress. So yeah, that makes me excited too. But other than that, this trailer gave me no personal reason to watch it, I guess, outside of that.
Yeah, neither really. Yeah.
Yeah. But I'll watch it. I'll check it out when it comes. The big one is Strange. Doctor Strange is, this dream trailer, kind of creepy, actually, in a good way. Like it did give me the right vibes for like, cause they promised a more horror driven film, this definitely gave me the right vibes.
I was gonna say it definitely seems like they're gonna give us that this now, especially with this dream of like official teaser, which is making me more excited for this movie. So
For sure.
I can't wait.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I was pretty stoked personally. I don't know what keeps happening to your camera. But yeah, dude, I was super stoked and I think it's going to be really good. And the thing about it is like, it looks like an extension of WandaVision, right? Like, because we saw the children again, and just the performance from Elizabeth Olsen there with the, what'd she say? They did this cool thing where it was like her and Strange talking at the same time. Like every night I keep having the same nightmare, something along those lines. I dug that, dude. Like, that's creepy, but it's cool, and it's like it's got this real dramatic flair. I think
same.
Wanda's gonna be very she's gonna be very like traumatized by those events. It's gonna play a role and affect her big time. So I'm interested.
Yeah.
And all that. But yeah. I wasn't sure if you were still with us, Dave. Did you like it?
Yes.
All right.
Yes, I'm very stoked for this one, and I'm going to save most of my thoughts for the news because that's where I got them. But
Okay.
yeah, very stoked. These trailers, the teasers, and what we'll find out later about the ticket sales have all gotten me very excited for this,
Oh, yeah.
especially following the disappointment of Morbius, of which I did not see, but my girlfriend's little brother that lives with us, he went to go see it. He works at Cinemark, and he has never encountered a Marvel movie he has not liked, and he hated this.
Oh.
And he likes every Marvel movie, and he hated Morbius. So
Yeah.
I think in the wake of Morbius being our most recent Marvel lately, and then Moon Knight's out, but that's a series. I think people are excited to get back to that No Way Home and Endgame Excalibur level of Marvel that we're getting back to here.
Yeah, I mean, I hope that this delivers on that. I mean, the runtime came out, and it's one of the shorter Marvel movies. It's 2 hours and 6 minutes. So there's that going for it, I guess. But like, that's not a bad thing. I look at the, like Evil Dead, very short runtime. Like Sam Raimi's Evil Dead movies, yet they play so fast paced. Like they move at a breakneck pace, but he does.
I was gonna say they're very stacked. I figured with it being they wanted to do, I think 2.5. They said initially, now it's dropped to 2.6. I mean, I figured what they just did was found a lot in editing that they could have dropped there and they didn't think fit in the movie very well, and they just don't want any waste of time. Because no offense to the Marvel movies, but I mean, the thing that you can find in pretty much any movie is a lot of wasted time.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes you can appreciate it and not really mind, like No Way Home. It didn't feel like there was a lot of wasted time because you wanted to be there for every minute of it. But the movie doesn't really pick up when you start rewatching it, like No Way Home, until, like the other Peter Parkers come in. And other than that, there's some really good like rush scenes, but there's a lot of dead time in the movie, which I'm sure they'll tighten up with their 2 hour, 6 minute runtime.
Yeah. I think so. Yeah, it's gonna be it'll be that Sam Raimi kooky bonkers movie. Like it's gonna be quick. It's gonna be, that's my feeling anyway. I don't think it's gonna waste any time at all. I think Dave's right on that, and I think that's part of what's gonna make it feel so epic. I think it's still gonna be one of the most epic Marvel movies that we've had, and I think part of that is gonna be the runtime, the pacing. It's gonna feel just very quick, but
I think, the amount of characters that are gonna be in this movie, I think 2 is gonna help with that as well.
Yeah, and I think that they're all gonna be very I said this in the reaction to the trailer, like the cameos and stuff, I think are gonna be all very narrative driven. Like nobody's gonna show up for any other reason than to just support the narrative anyway. So when they show up, they're gonna feel like they have purpose. There's not an ounce of me that thinks this movie's gonna suck. Like there's really not at this point.
As me and Jose remembered when we did our stereo, we were talking about it. We realized that it has been an extraordinarily long time since we've had an actual Doctor Strange movie. He's only had one movie, and it was years ago. And ever since then, we've seen him, play a supporting role. Yeah, I mean, cameo, or more importantly, like a supporting role in these other movies. So upon thinking about it, I was like, oh shit, the role he's played too, like in Endgame and No Way Home, was of like I would say, it's hard to describe, but like a higher, more powerful being. He kind of almost felt like above everybody.
It's a lot of significance
he was taking part
in
the
those
conflict.
roles. Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of significance, but he almost felt like he was carrying a lot on his back, but he didn't seem like too under pressure. He was doing what he knew he had to do. And it'll be good to see him like get his ass kicked again, like we see in the original Doctor Strange movie, because, No Way Home, we see him get a little bit beat up, but other than facing like I don't want to say luck adversity of having to deal with Peter Parker or Spider-Man, Tom Holland Spider-Man, we haven't seen him get really beat up since Doctor Strange, not Stranger Things. And obviously his origin story was that of extreme pain and suffering and overcoming to get ahead. So I think we're going to see a lot of that in this movie, given it is that it's like very dark.
Well, he's really barely, even though he's a significant part of it, he's barely in No Way Home. He spends most of the movie hovering over the Grand Canyon, when you really think about it. And he's such a significant part of it yet. But And then you have on the flip side of that, you got in Endgame and Infinity where they're messing with time and shit. You know what I mean? Endgame he's barely in because he's been blipped, but in Infinity War he's messing with time most of the time, or he's captured, or yeah, it's gonna be cool to see him actually scrap again. I'm with you there. I think that there's gonna be something to that. And he's gonna clearly be pulling out some things that we haven't seen him do yet, and that's kind of exciting too, because now in the first movie it was his origin story. Now he's an experienced doctor. He's had that PhD for a while now, so it's going to be cool to see him do things that are a lot more strange. So yeah, I think it's exciting stuff, and this movie just looks like a blast. But speaking of comic book properties, you guys have not watched DMZ yet, I'm assuming?
No.
Yeah, I watched part of the first episode, and I think I'm out. I know that's not like what you want to hear. Maybe I gotta finish the first episode. Yeah, man. Look, Rosario Dawson's really good in the show. So this is by no means a slight at her. And I don't know, man. I don't know if it's Ava DuVernay. Obviously, we talked about Wrinkle in Time at length on the show about how bad that movie actually is. And like, I don't know that this is much better, to be honest. Like, I like the visuals in this a lot. It's very it looks like The Last of Us. A lot of the settings and stuff definitely look like The Last of Us, which is cool. Reminds me of that. So that stuff I like. The visuals are cool. The dialogue is where I'm struggling. I think it's a little bit more it's a little campy, and a little too campy for my taste. Like, it starts out really strong too. Like, I was kind of sucked in the beginning, but then like the more you go on, the more you hear more characters talk, and then you see the types of characters we're going to be following throughout it. It's like, oh god. So I think I'm out. I don't think I'm gonna keep watching it, but that's my take on it so far. Yeah, you guys gonna check it out? At least give it a chance?
No.
No. Okay.
No, I've got better stuff to watch, if I'm being honest. And there's just too much to watch these days. That if it's not worth, then it's not worth. It
just baffles me though, because DC's on such a high.
That is true
right now. Like, it's like, so that's kind of baffling to me that this is a misstep if it is. Like I said, I'll have to keep going and let you guys know. But right now it's interesting, man, because they were on such a high, and this came out very quietly, if you ask me. Like, that trailer came out, we talked about it when it did, but other than that, like, it's just been a very quiet release for the film, or for the show. And I find that to be interesting, that they're just not talking about it, not wanting to, really discuss it. So I don't know if that's, attributed to how the show is, the quality of the show. I mean, they were talking it up pretty high at DC Fandom. Ava DuVernay has 2 DC projects coming out on HBO Max. The second one is the one I'm more interested in. That one I think is supposed to be tied into the DCEU. This one I don't think is tied into that. This feels like its own universe a little bit more.
Our flag means Death is doing better on Rotten Tomatoes than DMZ is.
Yeah. What's DMZ?
What does our flag means Death at?
90 critic and 95 audience.
Wow.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's what I was gonna segue into almost, as if I am gonna watch something on HBO Max.
Yeah, same.
It's probably gonna be that, which we shit talked the hell out of that show when we saw the trailer, kind of. It's with the hype around it. It was kind of a BS stat, which is why I didn't put it in the news. But I saw some sort of stat of it passing Book of Boba Fett. It's a stat that's based on like 100 days. So like Peacemaker's a part of it. Book of Boba Fett is, and it's like it passed Book of Boba Fett, and it's a thing that looks at like views mentioned on social media and things like that, and it like passed it. But it was kind of like, it's not actually based on just straight views. It's like also social media mentions and stuff. But just that alone, and a few of the other things I saw about it was like, all right, maybe I'll have to give it a shot. In the trailer just didn't do it justice, because a lot of people are watching it at the very least.
Did you see the Moon Knight stat? So Moon Knight is the second highest viewed show in its first episode alone. That does from the other MCU shows. It's tied.
The second highest most viewed.
It's tied to be. It's so Loki's still in the number 1 spot, to my understanding. And then this
the intro episode for sure. So that makes sense.
This is tied with the Falcon Winter Soldier though, which I think is pretty cool for an unknown character.
Does it have the, like, based on that stat, does it have the time and ability to pass that, or?
I think they're basing this on.
Or is it like
I think they're basing it on first episodes. I think is what they're doing. So, based on first episodes, it's the most viewed. Like first episode of all the MCU shows, I think is what it was. So it's tied with the first episode of Falcon Winter Soldier. Last I heard, this will probably change here in the next couple days. We'll probably get different stats with the second episode. And then WandaVision and Hawkeye are both under both of these. So, yeah, I think WandaVision's the lowest viewed first episode, but that's, I would attribute that to it being its first show, that it was, trying to experiment with. So a lot of people just weren't sure if it was going to be of the same quality, probably, of the films. Yeah. So yeah, that
was a pretty trash first episode.
I love the first episode.
Yeah, true. It was a pretty trash first episode.
I love the pilot.
I did not. So DMZ is on 47% critic and 39 audience.
Yeah, it's not good. I'll tell you. I think I'm checking out because I'm telling you, that checks out to me, that score, because it's really not good. I was really having a hard time even getting through one episode, which is saying a lot.
While we're talking about scores and ratings, if I may, because I forgot to put this in the news here, but me and Jose talked about it on Stereo a little bit. This Nick Cage and Pedro Pascal movie that's going to be coming out here April 22nd. Has perfect ratings right now. It has 100% on all critics.
On critics, yeah.
Yeah, well, last time we checked, there was 25 reviews, but nonetheless, 25 perfect reviews is pretty great.
That is good. I mean, that's surprising.
That's pretty dope.
I'm sure that number will go down.
Surprising?
But yeah, that's very surprising. Yeah, it's surprising.
So you like the first episode of WandaVision? You like the pilot?
Yeah.
But all of a sudden, Nicolas Cage, the greatest actor of all time, having 100% rated movie,
says who
is funny to you? Have you even seen Willy's Wonderland, Dom?
No, I haven't. But I have seen Pig, and that was
God.
Pig and Mandy were amazing. Those are his two best performances.
Yeah, Pig was a fucking phenomenal performance from.
I don't know.
Nicolas
I'm getting
Cage.
Red Wedding vibes right now from Don, so I'm not comfortable. This is depressing.
I mean, I haven't seen Willy's Wonderland either. So
it's the greatest movie of all time. You need to go see it, and then you're allowed to talk about who's the greatest actor.
Okay. All right. I'm glad he cut off there. Look, yeah. So look.
Hey, fuck off. Stop your tone, motherfucker.
Yeah. No, look. Yeah. So, anyway, let's get into the news. Let's fast track this, I guess, because it was going to be a shorter show today anyway. So, what do we got first there, Dave?
Oh, okay. We're skipping into news here. Okay.
All right, let's go.
Gotcha. Did you want to talk about, before we get into that, Fantastic Beasts reviews? Because I was interested.
Yeah. Let's talk about that a little bit. Yeah, because I mean, look, it kind of went from. This is a weird thing here because I haven't checked it today, but last I checked, it was at like a 59, which is, I think, better than the last one, but still kind of low.
Lower than the first one for sure, right?
Yeah, definitely a lot lower than the first one, and I'm curious as to what happened because those initial reviews coming out were fantastic. No pun intended. They were. Really, they were. There were some pretty glowing reviews when they initially hit, and then the actual world premiere came out and everybody saw it, and then like people were coming out and being like, it's not that good. It's good, but it's not that good. 59% still majority, so that's good, but it's not.
Was that critic or audience? Or?
Critic. Yeah, we haven't had any audience yet.
I was gonna say
there's no audience yet. It releases.
I just checked it, and it's at 61% critic right now.
That's better. Yeah. See, so we're improving a little bit, but it seems to be happening.
It's better than the second, but it's not better than the first one though.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna go see it. I'm interested. I'm worried. A little bit.
Yeah.
That second movie, man, put a bad taste in my mouth, for this thing. And I need improvement. And I'm not saying it can't be better. I need something that's going to show me it's better, and that there's a reason they're doing this franchise. And I'm not trying to say that ratings are everything or critic scores are everything, but 61% just does not point to this being really worth it. Yeah, it doesn't. And then you got the Ezra Miller stink around it right now,
which I think is going to make it even lower.
Yeah, and audiences for sure. Audiences will come after this for the Ezra Miller stink, whether they liked it or not. They will, on the scores. And yeah, but box office is what concerns me. That second one was so bad. Like, it was so bad that even if this one's like good, it needs to be great. It needs to be great. That's the problem. Like, even if this one turns out good, it needs to be great. And that's like, unfortunately, the position that I wouldn't say this about a lot of franchises, but this is the position that this one's just been put in. You know, it almost has to be great at this point for it to. Otherwise, their fourth movie's got to be their last. You know, if it doesn't, you know what I mean? Like they got to like make the fourth one the last. They were planning 5, but I think that they're gonna have to cut off at 4, if they don't. You know, if this doesn't hit.
Shit, so. I'd go run it back and maybe do some editing and make this one the last one. You know, based on the reviews.
It's here in a week, so not much you could do now. It's in the can.
Push it back. Cancel tickets, refund.
Yeah, I don't know what you're gonna do. Let's hope that the audience is on a different pace. That's all I could say. Because otherwise, this ain't looking good. For it. That's unfortunate because 61% for a lot of other things wouldn't be that bad. You know, it'd be like, okay,
yeah,
you know, but in this in particular case, it's just 61 ain't good enough. You know, I don't think that's going to cut it. We need this to be, I don't know, but I just hope that the very positive reviews surface or navigate, you know, to the, you know, and hopefully the audiences go out there and see it and give this movie the success it deserves. Not for Ezra Miller, but for the great people that did work on it. You know?
Do we know how the second movie fared in audience score compared to critic score?
I think they were both pretty poor.
Let me see.
Okay.
Let me see.
The second movie might have had a slightly higher one. It might have had a slightly higher audience.
Because like I know you hate it, I don't like it necessarily, but it was like okay. Like it was when I watched it, I didn't feel like it was like a total waste of time. I just was like disappointed given how good the first one was.
Yeah.
Had a 54 audience score.
Yeah, see, that's not.
Okay, yeah. So that's good then for me because for us that's good enough to look at the audience score and know it's like reliable in terms of people not just feeding it into it being Harry Potter and in that universe and. We get to see when the audience score comes out, are the critics wrong and they're punishing the movie because of Ezra Miller or whatnot, or what have you, or is it?
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if you know that had an effect already. Yeah, you're right, because you know that's possible. That you know, if you're a good critic, you're not going to let that affect the score.
This is Rotten Tomatoes now, but okay.
Yeah.
Well,
there's some good critics over there. There really are. It just.
I don't know about that.
Oh, there's some great critics over there. Trust me. There's some people I really trust.
There are some good critics over there.
Yeah,
for sure. Some.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's what I said.
Some.
That's what I said.
Some. So I know. I'm just emphasizing it's some and not most.
Oh no, I'm not saying that critics. This is my whole point: is that there are going to be critics that they might take that into consideration rather than. But I'm saying if you're a good critic, you're not doing your job if you're just giving the movie a low score because you don't like Ezra Miller. You know.
Yeah.
That's a problem, you know, if that's what you're doing is my point.
Just like people, you can never deny talent. That's what I always say.
Yeah.
You can hate Michael Jordan. You can't deny he's the greatest of all time.
Yeah. Yeah. Ezra Miller, I'm going to say he's done a bang up job. No, he's not, but he's done a bang up job in these movies. You know, he has.
He could be like John Stockton or something, or like Steve Kerr, maybe like Steve Kerr last year. Maybe. I don't know.
Just saying, if this movie sucks, he's not going to be the problem. Like he's not. He's been pretty good in these. Honestly.
I mean, I'm looking at these critic reviews, and none of them mention anything about the Ezra Miller thing. So
that's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, that's actually bad because that means the movie is probably trash.
Well, you know what I mean. That's good that they're doing their job. In terms of them doing their job, that's good.
Yeah, I was gonna say that just means how trash this movie is. Oh God.
I don't know. 61 ain't trash, but it's not great.
It's on the verge of trash.
It's on the verge.
Like it's a couple.
It's on the verge of trash.
It's a couple points from trash.
I'm gonna see it. I'll let you know. You know, that's gonna be it's gonna be what it comes down to. I'll let you guys know. Didn't like the second one, so it's not looking good. But
I mean, a lot of critics said that it's definitely better than the second one.
That's good. Yeah, that's almost all I ask for as a personal watcher or viewer. Honestly, as a personal viewer, all I'm asking for is just don't make a bad movie, you know. But for you know the people that are like the people that you need to get to go see this, you need better reviews. You know, that's kind of where I'm at with it. But yeah, I don't know. Anyway, what do you got? What do we got next? What's the news, Dave?
Alrighty, guys, we are jumping. I like that. That's the mascot of the news now. We're gonna go a different Muppet character each week, and I'm gonna go ahead and do the ventriloquism right here on screen. I like it. All right.
He's about to die in like 2 seconds. So.
Oh yeah, he's dead.
He didn't buy the toy.
He's not drinking
Wait, does
Wilkins
he
coffee.
die or we die?
He dies too.
I'm gonna see Jose get the good old Muppets hooked
I don't
on
know.
screen
Did you
and go,
get Wilkins coffee? I didn't. We're probably all going to be dead here in
Oh,
a couple
God, we're all
seconds.
Yeah.
The world is doomed. There's no more Wilkins. We're all gonna die. All right.
Break arms.
Yo. Wake up the next morning and be like, oh God, I can't move my arms.
There's
I
honestly
can't
another
feel
one.
my legs.
I don't remember what the ad was, but they were doing another one where Kermit didn't buy something or something, and the guy just like, actually, he didn't even give Kermit a chance to speak. He just bit him in the arm, and you actually heard it break. It was wild. But
Oh
Jesus.
my gosh.
What the hell?
All right, first in news, we're having a huge drought and shortage and freaking savage ads. Like, what the hell, people? Let's get this. I want to see Kermit getting curb stomped. Let's go.
I'll
All
make
right.
the ad myself.
Alrighty, actually jumping into the world of news, our first news comes for the new Doctor Strange movie, as we just talked about. With the new Doctor Strange tickets just going on sale today, AMC and Cinemark's websites and apps crashed during the opening of ticket sales.
You're
Now, it's not
kidding.
as bad as No Way Home, where every site was down. Cinemark is up now. I just got my tickets from there. It only took me about 6 tries to keep, removing it, adding it back to cart, and
Yeah.
the app just randomly closing on me. But after I decided to go through that process, and somehow I ended up giving Cinemark more money because of their failure, because I sat there, saw their movie club that I'm not signed up for, and I signed up for because like, at least that'll work maybe. But I feel it's a good sign that, the
Yeah.
website's crashing. Always a good thing,
Yeah, it is actually. It's good for the movie, but
I am so glad I live in Atlanta because nothing crashed for me.
did you get a ticket?
Yes, I did.
Oh,
I
sweet.
copped it. I literally copped like that.
Yeah.
It took me less than a minute to get into the ticket sale.
You're the
And-
asshole that broke the website. You went so fast, I couldn't handle it.
No, as in like I love living in Atlanta because the same thing happened for Spider-Man No Way Home. None of my websites or AMC apps crashed.
I kept
was-
trying to buy through Orlando Cinemark, and I just kept going there, going, all right, buying it, going through the whole process, and getting to the final page and crash. It's like, fuck. And then I had to go back,
That's
took
actually-
the tickets, go back, get the best seats. Fuck.
That's actually my most viewed tweet on Twitter is one that I did about No Way Home and how like you go on. I go to the AMC in Atlanta on my app and there are still so many seats available. It's ridiculous. Like because we have so many AMCs here in Atlanta that
And no one wants to live there, so like,
Hey,
empty
fuck you.
tickets all day.
I got my ticket
Oh.
too. I got the IMAX. I was very lucky.
Nice.
But yeah, I did get one.
yeah, no, I'm going to the theater that has $5 tickets.
Nice.
So,
Dope. That's the way to go.
exactly.
That's what you
yeah.
do it.
But I doubt it's an IMAX, but it's the way to go.
It's not.
Hey man, you're going to see it. That's all that matters.
Look, they'll probably put it on Disney Plus in IMAX, and I'll just watch it that way whenever it does eventually
IMAX
come out.
enhanced. It's not the same.
Exactly.
It's not the same. It's cool. It's not the same.
The
But
Dolby Audio is dope, I'll tell you that.
oh
That is
yeah.
true.
Dolby Audio, if you guys get that option, dude, there was a theater I went to in Chicago. I think it was Marcus Theaters, and they had the Dolby Audio for No Way Home, and that was freaking ridiculous. You can see all the speakers on the wall. Like, you usually see a speaker mounted on the wall. You saw like the speaker sets, like a concert on the wall, and holy shit, the seat was vibrating most of the movie.
Yeah, Atlanta has the AMC's in Atlanta have Dolby sound.
Yeah,
It's-
like
it's-
you know what I'm talking about, like the 4
Yeah,
speaker rack
yeah.
on the wall.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
shit.
yeah,
Oh
yeah.
my god, it's crazy.
I can't remember. I think last year I went and saw a movie in Dolby. It was fucking sick. I can't remember which one, but
No Way Home was nuts, yeah.
So something I wanted to bring up about the story though is why does this keep happening though? Like these sites need to prepare. They don't. They never do. They never prepare for the traffic they're going to get. I just don't understand it.
You
well,
see,
for the
site
traffic for
got
you
COVID.
guys. No, you see the sites for you guys. 'cause
Yeah.
Well, it did shut down like
never happens for-
nationally, but it didn't happen like immediately. So you probably got your ticket before or after the crash happened.
Well, I got it
Because their
after.
crash when it went
but-
down and the internet goes down like nationally. It goes out, it cut out, and then like it depends on each one. AMC went like black, like it was just out for
Yeah.
a while. And Cinemark just kept having bugs and lag issues because
Yeah, well,
so
when
many
I-
people
when I-
were online trying to get it.
When I checked, I think I got it at like noon. It was super quick. It went like that.
Yeah, so
And,
you
like,
probably got it after.
It was
I mean,
like
noon
it was like
pretty
in a
late.
second. Like I got my ticket in like literally maybe like 45 seconds. It was so easy.
No, I just don't get why they're not prepping for it. That's my
Glad it
point though,
was, Jose.
because they do crash every
Yeah.
time there's a big
Look,
release.
look,
That's all I'm
websites,
saying.
websites.
I think
this
they don't
is-
care because they know they're going to buy the tickets anyway, so they just.
This
don't
isn't the
give a
first. I
shit.
mean,
Yeah.
look, websites have crashed for concerts as well. I mean, Bad Bunny's
Yeah.
concert, for example, that Ticketmaster websites nationwide crashed like crazy because of how many people wanted to go to that concert. So it's, I don't know. I guess websites just don't want to prep for shit like this. I mean, because they know people are gonna buy it anyway, so they're like, whatever.
Yeah. I don't know. They need to prep, and you need to prep for better music taste next time. Anyway, Jose, what's
Wow.
what's next?
Wow. I mean, I don't like Bad Bunny's music. I'm just saying that's like, I remember that's another website that crashed. It was because of his concert.
I don't care. Do you, buddy?
As
Listen to what
Jose
you
was
listen to.
watching.
I didn't go to that concert. The fuck.
You couldn't because it crashed. That's why. No, I'm just kidding. Jose
sorry.
was watching it crash. No, wait! Bad Bunny!
I'm gonna do a segment, by the way.
Crashing Jose?
No, but it has
No,
to do with
that's-
Jose. Maybe
Oh.
crashing Jose. Just depends on how you look at it, I guess. So, yeah, I'm gonna have you, Jose. Like I'm gonna make you react to shit. We're gonna make some short form content where you just react to videos. I'm gonna find like shit that I know that's just gonna make you cringe or whatever.
Oh, I got some.
Yeah.
Cringe. Oh my gosh, I hate cringe
Yeah.
stuff, bro.
Yeah, we're
I
gonna
know you love it.
we're gonna make that a short form thing on the channel for sure. Like now that we got the red wedding, I was like thinking about like what else can we do? Yeah. I don't know.
I got some shit to throw to Jose.
All right.
You always do.
I'll find some content, make a list for you guys. Alrighty. Speaking of which, by the way, Jose, remind me that you need to start Yellowstone because I know by next week you'll be done with Game of Thrones. We need to get you on that, Jose.
That one's on Peacock, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
Peacock.
Peacock and Paramount.
Bro, I need.
the login. Dom, have you seen Yellowstone?
No, I need to watch it. No.
Trash. He doesn't watch TV. I forgot about that. Ain't nobody watches TV like me. That's okay.
I was gonna say I don't watch TV either, so
It's ridiculous the amount of hours I put into TV shows. It's kind of insane.
it's ridiculous amount of time I put into movies. That's me.
I got both done, but TV shows consume my life. All right, speaking of TV shows that won't be here anymore when they should be because they're my favorite. Guys, fans may have hoped to see another season of WandaVision, but unfortunately, it won't come to pass. The director of fellow Disney
You're
Plus and Marvel
kidding.
property Moon Knight shared that there won't be a season 2 of WandaVision. The first and now only season of WandaVision premiered in January of 2021 on Disney Plus, and it will not come to see another season.
Well,
I'm not
Yeah.
mad about it. I'm not mad about it.
Oh, I'm mad. I love. I
Oh,
like
stub
the
your
show.
fucking
but-
toe.
I mean, yeah, I like the season. I think that a lot of what was left unanswered is going to be answered in movies.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So I'm not mad. I mean, I'm like, for example, I'm excited that Loki's getting a new season because I feel like those stuff that was left unanswered is better answered in a show, whereas Wanda's stuff is better answered in a movie. So I'm not mad.
Stuff is so too, but yeah. Well, where I get it is what kills me here is I realized it almost like immediately in the aftermath of Infinity War. And one of my issues I have with Disney now is the fact that I think that between Tom Hiddleston's Loki, Wanda Maximoff, and Vision, I think they killed them off way too early for me because I think they killed them off and they didn't realize the chemistry that they had until it was too late. And that's why the kind of Loki slipped in the shows there because Loki was great in Thor 1. Like, he was all right. Thor 2, despite it being trash, Loki got even better at acting as Loki. And then, like, by the time Ragnarok and Infinity War comes about, like, he really rounded off. So I think they had probably Loki planned out already, but I think they weren't really expecting because of, like, Age of Ultron didn't do so stellar at first. I don't think they were really planning out for Wanda Maximoff and Vision to just hit it off so much. I mean, they are fan favorites now, and the fact that we only got one season with them is kind of a crime. I'm hoping that
I don't
maybe
think so.
with
I don't think it's a crime because I
No.
think we're gonna get more of them two together.
I don't-
in movies.
Well, do you think that we'll get, and I'm turning around to check the Funko for the proper term here, but do you think we'll get more of the Vision, and do you think the Vision will be Vision? Because that's an important question.
Yes, I think
Because
it
if
will.
the-
Be, I think
if
it
the
will be
Vision
Vi-
isn't
because
Vision, then we're kind of
No, he will-
Vision's
he-
done.
He will be Vision because remember, if you remember the show, Vision put all of his memories into the Vision, and so I do
Yeah, I
think that
remember.
I think it will be Vision, the
I
Vision that
hope
we
so.
that we know, and I think we will be seeing more of Wanda with this Vision in the future in a movie for sure. I don't. I you know what? He might even
hope
be in
so.
He might even be in Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness. Who knows?
Yeah, I think
yeah.
WandaVision is I'm sorry. I think Doctor Strange is the continuation of WandaVision. I
Yeah,
don't think we need
100%.
WandaVision. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I think that, like, the stuff that we want, we're gonna get. They could even do another show. It might not be WandaVision. We just might get a show called Wanda. You just don't know. You know what I mean? Like that.
Yeah,
That's,
I mean, from the article, it gathered that would not. Be
Yeah, I don't
the
think
case, and that Wanda
I-
would be included only in movies from now on.
I don't
and
know.
there
I
would be
doubt it.
show
Some-
regarding them, but I don't think. Yeah, like I said, just based on the fact that they were so willing to come out and say this publicly, and the fact that like Vision's reaction to Wanda at the end of WandaVision, I don't know if they're going to go the route of him being Vision. It makes the most sense to me for him to actually be Vision because, like I said, Vision instilled all of his memories onto the Vision before he went away. But I don't know. So there was something weird in the sense that he would just take off at the end of it, and it looked like he was out for answers. But he was 100% Vision because that's what he uploaded.
Yeah, I mean,
there'd be no reason for him to leave. So that's really. I think it's unfortunate. I don't think they're going to go that route. I hope
Well,
they do.
I think maybe he needed to go do something urgently, so he had to go. I still do think he is Vision.
Yeah, I think WandaVision from the beginning though for me was, I always kind of assumed it was going to be a one-off situation. There's certain shows you could tell that they lend themselves to a season 2. I don't think WandaVision's one of those. I do think, however, you could do a separate project based around Wanda. Like, I think Wanda could get either her own solo movie, her own solo show, something along those lines. I just don't think, I knew from the beginning that WandaVision was probably going to be a one-off situation. Like, I never assumed.
I figured that too. I just figured it was more the implication that them canceling WandaVision this early in was a pretty heavy insinuation to the fact that we're probably not going to get Wanda and Vision and their relationship in love as we've had them before.
I don't know about that either.
I think we will.
I think White Vision, the Vision,
Yeah, that's what I mean.
is absolutely in Doctor Strange. I've been saying this since
I think they'll rekindle their relationship in that movie, 100%.
Yeah,
in some way, shape, or form.
I think he's in the movie. Yeah, I
that's
think,
what I mean. Yeah,
it could be a post-credit scene, maybe, but I think he's in there, and at least enough to set up what we're gonna get next with him and Wanda. I think that there's loose ends there that have to be tied up. For sure. WandaVision, it definitely had a lot of loose ends when it ended. There's
probably the most.
a lot of questions to be answered, but I always kind of saw them just doing that in future movies, and so I think that'll be the continued path for it. So, and I love the show.
You guys are optimists. I hope you're right. That's
oh yeah, Kevin Feige. Nothing's done on accident. Like, it's all done on purpose.
That is true.
And whether the execution of that thing was great or not, I mean, because I know a lot of people were upset about the finale of WandaVision. It doesn't matter. He had a plan. There's a reason that was done. We're gonna get those answers. Trust me. I don't think that's something they're just leaving open on accident.
I don't want answers. I want Vision to.
All right, there you go.
Wanda and his arm. Oh, motherfuckers! All right, low key shout out to the moment where in the finale. By the way, Vision looks at Wanda and says, "This is our home. Let's fight for it." That's man. Me and my girlfriend were tearing up so hard. All right. Next in news here, going back to the good old slap. That's right. Will Smith is officially not a member of the Academy anymore. Instead of letting the Academy's Board of Governors decide the actor's fate, Smith went ahead and resigned. There is still a chance that Smith is stripped of his Oscar, although it seems unlikely. Smith won the Oscar for the Best Actor for his role in King Richard. The Academy chose to continue with the disciplinary process despite Smith's resignation right now. So I saw another update. I think they have postponed their hearing for it, but they are still pursuing disciplinary action on having a hearing on it. So only time will tell on that one.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's going to be we've had a lot of developments on this. I mean, number one, the fact that Smith was asked to leave, refused, and then Chris Rock, they were going to remove him from, the police were going to remove him, and Rock stepped up and said, I don't want that. So very good on Chris Rock there. Didn't want to make a messy situation. I understand that. So there's that going on, and resigning from the Academy doesn't mean a whole lot. I'll just be completely honest. Him resigning, does nothing to
that point.
It's different from them suspending him, because if they suspend or expel him from the Academy, then he absolutely, he's disqualified from winning the award if they take the action. But if he resigns from the Academy, they can always nominate him again. He's resigning from the right to vote. That's what he's resigning from. Now, I'm not saying it was a bad move on his part. It was probably the right thing to do. It's about the only thing he can do. He can't stop if other people nominate him for Academy Awards. So to Will Smith's end, he did everything he could right now. And I think that it was the right PR move, and that's the best thing he could do right now. Resign from the Academy, step away, let this ride out, ride the storm. Because it's,
and on behalf of the Academy, that's probably where this is either, I don't know their thoughts about Will Smith personally, because I don't know them at all, and the governors of them, but it's either probably a formality to show that they did have a hearing and had a verdict and come out and they have to say that, or maybe they don't like what happened and they actually are pursuing the fact that, hey, we're not just going to let him resign, we're going to expel him or suspend him because we don't want him just get another Oscar here. So I don't think he'll get stripped of his Oscar. He shouldn't, but I think they may go after disciplinary action in terms of a suspension or an expulsion.
Yeah, but I also thought this wasn't going to stop Will Smith from acting again, and yet Bad Boys 4 has halted production.
And Fast and Loose as well.
Fast and Loose is also halted production. That's correct.
Yeah.
And so that's interesting. Those two things I look at as a bit of an overreaction personally. Like, I don't want to get into this whole thing again, but that's a little bit of an overreaction if you ask me. I think that, he resigned from the Academy. He did everything he could on his end of it. He's put out his public apology. I think it's just, you can let him act again. We don't need to cancel the guy. He just needs to be held accountable for this action. Let the punishment for the crime. It was a bad action. Again, we've talked about it. It was a bad action, but it wasn't, we've seen worse, and there's people who've done worse who are acting again. And if Louis C.K. can win a Grammy last week or whatever, I don't know why Will Smith can't do his Bad Boys 4 or whatever.
I really hope he can come back, because I'd love to see him at the Oscars and then have my stream pulled down off the internet and miss it anyways. But I'd really love to see him have to get up to use the restroom and just have everyone around him get really tense and get up and be like, oh shit, what is he doing?
yeah, exactly.
I want him to come back for the comedic humor at this point. And if he is actually full of regret and he's not going to do any stupid stuff, awesome. I want to see him there so that I could just watch as he stands up to go to the bathroom. Everyone's like, oh shit, it's happening again.
Yeah, no, for sure. No, definitely. But I think that I just think that it just gets really interesting because they're going to make Bad Boys 4. Bad Boys 3 did a great job. I mean, it was successful. People actually liked it. It's the first one the critics ever liked. That's a big plus. And I think that's a lot of the case because for me with Bad Boys, for example, this is just my take on it. I love those characters in all the movies. I think they're very strong. Him and Martin Lawrence work together well. I think they're funny. But my take has always been put him in a good story. If he had a different director, these movies would be a lot better. And they did that. And it turns out I was right about that. That's always been my take. And yeah, sure enough, the movie does amazing in January of all months, because movies typically just get dumped in January and don't do well. But January, Bad Boys 3 made a killing. They're going to make Bad Boys 4 anyway, and they're not going to do it without Smith. I just don't know why they're halting production. Just keep it going,
It could be just another formality where they feel like they got to come out and just say that, and then really it's like, all right,
yeah, it's business.
A month later, we're getting back to business as usual here.
Point being, they are going to resume with Will Smith. They're not going to resume without Will Smith. We know that's the case. It'll happen. It just might take a little longer, I guess. We'll see. I just hope they get it back on track. And I don't know, Jose, what was your take on the whole thing?
I'm talking about this whole,
I guess the whole debacle at this point.
Yeah, and I think it's dumb.
Hindsight,
I think it's dumb. Yeah. I'm surprised that this shit is still even going around. I thought we'd be done with this by now.
I did too, man.
It's not that serious. Come on now. It's just, it is a slap at an Oscars, but it's not. We've seen and read about worse.
Yeah.
So I just look. He's resigned. Cool. Just let him be. Just drop it there. You can't suspend him or expel him at this point because he's resigned. So I don't see what else you can really do because he has resigned. So just leave it there. Why do you have to do this whole meeting and make it such a big deal?
Yeah, I think we're I don't think any of us predicted we'd still be talking about this 2 weeks later.
No,
it just didn't seem like that.
No, and it's still being talked about on social media at my school.
Yeah.
I mean, shit. My teachers still talk about it. It's ridiculous. I didn't think that we'd still be talking about this.
People keep talking about it. I'm gonna have to smack them.
No, it's
Oh
getting
shit!
out of
I'm
hand.
the one that started this whole thing. I might need to smack myself.
Yeah,
Oh shit!
True.
Smack yourself.
I will
Yeah.
do it.
under my order though. So
Ooh.
Give the orders.
so you
Give
can
the
smack
orders,
me.
Give the orders.
Execute order 66.
Execute order 66. Anyway,
Oh, I did want to mention. I don't know if you guys, speaking about actors and shit. I don't know if you guys saw that Jim Carrey is planning on retiring.
yeah, geez, I almost, yeah, thank you for bringing that up. Actually, let's talk
Every
about that.
time
really
Jose
quick.
says something like that, I'm always like, please don't steal my article. No, that's not one of them. So go ahead.
That's good. Yeah, no,
You
Jim
know, I
Carrey.
read an article where he said he's like, I have enough.
Mhm.
I've done everything. There's nothing else I can really do. Which I mean,
Sonic
it's
3.
fair. If I mean, besides Sonic, besides
He could do
Sonic,
Sonic 3. I mean,
3,
he's kind
which
of wrong
Sonic-
about that.
but that's the. I mean, yeah. I mean, no, that's what he said. But I mean, shit.
No, I know.
I guess. I mean,
Yeah.
but I mean, it's
I know what you're saying.
understandable. It's understandable. He's done a lot. I mean, it's all down to him. Sonic's even come out and said that like, well, we won't replace Jim Carrey even after he retires, because
Sonic himself?
no, not Sonic himself, as in like the company that made the
Oh,
Sonic
okay.
movies
I thought
said
you were
that
like talking about some metaverse.
said that they would never replace Jim Carrey
Yeah.
for his role
Yeah.
even after he retires, which means a lot. And I mean, if Sonic 2 is going to be his last movie, I mean, he has said this after Sonic 2, so I don't think there's any way that they have killed him off, his character at least, or I mean,
Yeah.
we'll see. I mean, maybe he does Sonic 3 before he retires. Who knows?
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah. If he's got it lined up, he will. But if not, then no. The last, I mean, the thing I would say about this is he's getting out at a good time though, because people are trying to cancel him after his comments on the whole Will Smith thing. So
I did see a video of him talking about it.
yeah. So I think I think he's getting out at the right time now that he's being gone after, which I think is ridiculous for something he did in the 90s. Apparently he kissed Will Smith in the 90s or something, and people are trying to claim sexual harassment. Doesn't matter.
And I know there's actors older than him still about, but I mean, he is 60, and
Yeah.
it's coming to that age where I mean,
Yeah.
you can retire if you want. I mean, shit, it's your life.
He's
Do what you want.
60, but he's also in that caliber of people who are 70 or 80. Like he.
That is true.
He's made a legend out of his name. Like nobody.
100%.
There's nobody. There's not a household in the world that doesn't
You know
know
what?
the name.
Dom,
Jim
now
Carrey.
that not Dom, Dave. Now that we talk about it, top 10 actors right there. Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
That's one right there. He's
No.
he's done some incredible stuff, man. I mean, he's done some legendary movies. I've seen so many of his movies so many times. He's just one that I can always come back to.
Yeah.
And because I know he'll make me laugh because
Absolutely.
he's just such a comedian.
Absolutely. Legend.
Legend
Dave,
in
do
the
you
scene.
have anything here? No. Okay. All right. What's next?
I was gonna do the whole talking butt thing, but it's still a lot of work, so I'll just.
Yeah, I got you. No, fair
that's-
enough.
I'll let everyone leave it to the imagination.
Yeah.
That's
Ooh.
what was gonna happen there.
That's fine.
All right, on to the next one. All righty. The next and last news article for me to go over here.
I didn't expect that.
I hit myself harder than I thought I was going to. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh my god,
Oh
I'm
my
sorry.
Caught
gosh.
myself right on the orbital.
Uh,
All right. This is the very last article. It's also the
Ooh.
most important for me because
Okay.
this is someone who.
So that means it doesn't
deserves
mean
to be on
anything.
the Top 10. Stub your toe. All right. Harrison Ford has inked a deal for his very first recurring role in a television series. The 79-year-old actor has joined the cast of Bill Lawrence and Brett Goldstein's new Apple TV Plus series. I got a little description here. The series picked up in October 2021 centers a grieving therapist who begins to break the rules and tells his clients exactly what he thinks. Ignoring his training and ethics, he finds himself making huge changes to people's lives, including his own. Ford will play Dr. Phil Rhodes, a down-to-earth and sharp blue-collar shrink and pioneer in cognitive behavioral therapy. He shares a practice with two of his proteges, Jimmy and Gabby, and has recently been diagnosed with Parkinson's, which forces him out of his comfort zone as he deals with intrusive friends, his estranged family, and his legacy. This also stars Jason Segel. And yeah, that is a full description right there.
Jason
So there's another
Segel.
paragraph.
Not gonna lie, this sounds amazing.
Jason Segel.
Uh,
Yeah, and I'm super
this
happy
sounds
to see
amazing.
Harrison Ford in his TV series. I mean,
yeah.
as me and Jose were just talking when we went over our top 10 list, Harrison Ford, an absolute legend.
Another one, yeah.
Han Solo, Indiana Jones, some of the most iconic movie roles of all time. He's finally doing a series, and I mean, it's the one sad part is that he won't be doing his own stunts in this one, I think, because it's kind of more laid back role.
This sounds like
then again, he doesn't need to be hurting himself.
The plot sounds like one of those like Frank Oz directed comedies, like Dirty Rotten Scoundrels or What About Bob or something like that. It kind of like has that like darker
Oh my
side
god, what
to
about
it.
Bob?
It has that
Yes.
like darker side to it, where it's like, but they're gonna play into that and just make it super funny. And I could just see Ford being like, when they pitched this to him, being like, "Oh, I haven't done TV since Gunsmoke," and then just like finally just saying yes. But yeah, no, I think that this sounds like a really good. It sounds
When
like
you did that impression, all I could think about was Harrison Ford in Anchorman 2, where he's like, and every once in a while there's a full moon, and he turns into a werewolf on screen.
I forgot he was in that, but then again, everybody's in that movie. Everybody's in
ever.
that movie, so it doesn't surprise
Oh
me.
my god.
Yeah, I forgot about that, but that's funny.
Killer moment.
Bro, for sure. But yeah, no, man, I think that he's sounds amazing. Apple TV Plus, and Jason Segel's really good. I think he's a tremendously underrated talent as well. You talk about like not just How I Met Your Mother, but what was that movie he did with Casey Affleck like last year? It was really good. Not last year, the year before. Him and Casey Affleck and Dakota Johnson. Something about a friend. Their friend had cancer. It was
Our friend.
What's that
one? Is it called Our Friend?
Our Friend. Thank you. Yeah, and that movie was
that was 2019.
Yeah, that movie was fantastic. He's great in it.
Super underrated role. I Love You, Man.
I Love You, Man's another
Absolutely
great comedy I
love that movie.
referenced. Forgetting Sarah Marshall, which he wrote, but wrote.
Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Based on his own personal experiences and stuff. Yeah, the guy's just incredibly talented, and him and Ford together sounds really funny, and I like the dark comedy to it. It just sounds awesome.
Yeah.
And I think Apple TV Plus is going to knock this out of the park. I really do. I'm in, man. I'm all in, Dave. I mean, you sound excited about it too, but yeah.
Oh yeah, I love Harrison Ford, despite the fact that he would probably kick my ass if I met him in real life, because he's kind of an awesome jerk like that. Super excited to see him, especially in this role. I mean, this just sounds like a killer show. I don't know where this can get screwed up. I mean, this sounds amazing. It's one of those things, words can't even describe it. I just can't wait to watch this. I'm a big TV show guy, so makes me happy, especially just knowing that this is obviously a show that's going to probably go more than a season here.
Yeah.
So the fact that I get this much screen time of Harrison Ford when we don't see him enough lately, I'm so happy. I mean, his iconic roles, Indiana Jones, Han Solo, Blade Runner, super underrated one that I just watched the other week actually is 42. The
Jackie Robinson
movie with Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah.
I mean, he just absolutely kills it in everything he's in, and I cannot wait to see him in this. I am all for it. I'll be watching it. Watch the whole thing as soon as it comes out.
And it's a comedy, so there's no stunts. You won't get hurt. So that's always good. So there's a lot of ups to this for sure. And like
that's a down. I want to see this 80-year-old. I mean, I want to see what he did in Indiana Jones 5 here that made him hurt his shoulder and
I know. No, trust me. I'm looking forward to it.
Legend.
I'm looking forward to it. No.
Like Bruce Willis, I want him to stay safe. I want to see him at the red carpet, knocking out reporters that get a little bit too close to him rather than pulling his stunts in Indiana Jones 7.
Exactly. No, I think this sounds great though. I can't wait. I think this is going to be fun. And the there's a lot you could do in comedy on television that you can't do in movies anymore, that they used to be able to do in movies and they don't anymore. And so that's another thing that just excites me. And I do hope that they kind of make this like the old, like Frank Oz comedies, like the What About Bob's and Dirty Rotten Scoundrels of the world. I think that those movies are two great examples of just kind of a formula you can kind of go with and making something like this that they should definitely use as a template for creative, for the creative juices. But yeah, Jose, where are you at, man?
No, honestly, sounds amazing. Obviously Harrison Ford, the talented.
I said, where you at? Yeah, at home or?
No, I'm in Mars right
okay.
now.
All right. Now, what do you think of the show? Now, what do you think of the show?
Okay. No, I'm actually really excited. I didn't know that this was a thing. I'm glad that I have Apple TV and that I'll be able to watch this show. Harrison Ford, Jason Segel, can't wait. Makes me excited because Jason Segel is funny.
Mhm.
And I mean, just Harrison Ford.
Never heard of him.
Is he's an amazing actor, so I can't wait.
Yeah.
Never heard of who?
Harrison Ford.
Oh, yeah, me neither.
Yeah. Anyway, no, look, yeah, no, it sounds great.
Harrison Horde. There you
Harrison Horde. it sounds
Harrison Ford.
really good. I can't wait for the show to
Same.
come out, and
Yeah.
like I'm gonna have to get Apple TV now. What can I say? Yeah, it's
I'm just lucky that I pay for Apple Music, so I get
Yeah.
Apple TV with it.
I might just I can't switch Spotify because then I can't listen to music on my
Marshmallow Man.
PlayStation if I switch off of it. But yeah,
I ain't
dude.
afraid of no ghosts. Should have seen the Funko
What are you
Pop
talking
this guy
about?
has. The
What are
Funko
you
Pop that he
talking
has.
about?
All right, Dave, shut up, bro.
What?
All right, bro, stub your toe.
Oh,
What
did
was
they
I
put up a Funko Pop off?
Yeah,
screen?
of the
Okay,
Marshmallow Man.
okay.
What?
Yeah, Marshmallow
I
Man.
did not do this.
Look.
Okay, I did not.
Look,
Oh, nice.
This is not what I did. I
Good
didn't
flex.
get this little thing that pops up and says a little.
I ain't afraid of no ghost.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I didn't
Good
do
flex.
that. That never happened.
Good flex.
Yeah, I'm seeing shit.
Trying to low key flex in the background, and Jose sold me out immediately.
I knew Ghostbusters was really good. I don't think it made any of our top tens. It might have been on my honorable mentions.
Bro, I still haven't seen it. That's why.
Oh yeah,
I
that's
should
right.
put it on my top 10. If it wasn't on there, it was.
It
I
wasn't.
don't know what it would have beat on my list. Actually, my God, why did I forget to put that in?
Yeah,
That's like top of the list. I don't know what I'd put over that honestly from this last year.
it's a great movie. Anyway,
I apologize, Paul Rudd.
I need to see it again. I really do. I loved it.
Mike from Stranger Things.
Loved
Phoebe.
it.
Oh yeah, I bought it the day it went digital. I was like, done.
Yeah, absolutely.
Rewatching that over and over again with No Way Home.
Absolutely. All right, look, guys, we wrapped it up pretty quick here. Hour 16 minutes, not too bad. Probably be an hour 20 by the time we're done.
Dom.
Yeah. What? Are we not done?
No, we got something to talk about here, buddy.
What is that?
Oh my God,
Knight.
Moon Knight, guys.
Oh shit.
we
yeah.
are going to talk Moon Knight.
I will
Spoilers.
come
of
up there and
course.
find you, Dom, if you try to get out of talking about Moon Knight. You are first to go
You know
here,
what threw
sir.
me
I
off
wanna
is you
hear
said
it.
that was your last story, and yeah, it threw me off. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah,
Yeah. Anyway,
sure.
yeah, we need to talk
Not
about
the end of the
Moon
road
Knight.
for you.
We need
right,
to talk about Moon Knight. You're
Dom
not
needs
kidding.
to go first. He
Yeah.
signed a contract with me.
I did. I actually told Dave. Yeah, I don't know
Sold the
why.
soul.
Why were you most curious about my thoughts? Because of how I felt last week.
Yeah, I was gonna say
exactly.
I wanted to hear.
I wanted to really hear
I wanted to hear
your
your
thoughts
opinions first.
Yeah, no, for
just-
sure. Okay. So
If you don't like them,
if you to reiterate my opinions last week, I thought
You hated it. I'm just kidding.
no, I watched it twice. The second time I liked it a lot more. The
Yeah.
first episode when I'm glad I revisited it after reviewing it because I liked it a lot more actually upon the second watch. I still didn't love it and I still had some problems. I thought the goofiness still was a little bit of an issue, but I think the second time around I liked Steven a lot more when I watched that second episode the second time. I was like, you know what? I could see how they could play him to be extremely likable, and I kind of see where they're doing now or what they're doing with him now and how he could be utilized, and was kind of hoping for that this time around. And I will say, in the beginning of this episode, a little goofy. Again, they're kind of playing into it, and I'm just like, oh man. But this episode is amazing. Like when you get there,
Thank goodness.
it's awesome. This is
Hey, honest.
this is my new favorite Marvel show, like on Disney Plus. Like it's
thank God.
phenomenal.
Honestly, same. Honestly,
Yeah.
same.
I was looking at tickets up to you, Dom. I was ready to get on the plane.
I
No,
can't-
I'm not
can't
kidding
put-
you. It's phenomenal. Yeah.
I can't praise the show enough. Honestly, I enjoyed the second episode so much more than the first one.
Yeah.
I mean, again, just the Egyptian lore in this in the show, the whole goofiness with Steve Grant. I'm still loving it. The accent.
And by the way, guys, we're jumping right into spoilers here.
Oh,
So
yeah.
There's no
Yes,
way we
yes.
can't talk about it. So if you have not watched Moon Knight episode 2,
Click off it.
turn this shit off and go watch it right now.
Yeah. So
And then
I
come
mean,
back to us and like and subscribe. But for right now,
Exactly. No, yeah, and I mean Mark Spector. I mean, yeah, it was great. Some great stuff. The chemistry the whole thing that they do with the mirror and
Yeah.
the Mark Spector, Steve Grant stuff is incredible.
You're
And,
right. That's what makes it though, is the chemistry
Yeah.
between these two. Now that they're communicating, and it's like, oh my God, there's this whole history there that
Mhm.
we're still learning about, and we're trying to figure out I still don't know who is the primary personality. Like if you looked at the guy's birth certificate, is it going to be Steven or Mark? Now Steven was on the Steven was on the ID, right? If I'm not mistaken, or the passport. Was it Mark?
No, it was
Steven?
Mark Spector. Mark Spector.
Mark was on the ID. So see, that's interesting. And so I wonder, is Mark the primary personality then? Is Steven just kind of secondary to Mark? That's something that I was questioning. Now, one of the sequences in here that I loved, and I'm going to explain why too. Well, there were quite a few, but one of them that I was like, holy shit. And I don't know if I wanted to ask if any of you guys got this when they busted into the door when the wife was there. And then they bust in and she's gone. I was wondering, I was like, oh my God, is she even real? You know, that was something that crossed my mind because I don't think we ever saw her walk out of the window. Did we?
I figured that she had walked out the window.
I didn't,
or that she went to go hide somewhere, or like hide herself. You know.
And I mean that as a compliment though, because it's like the show just finds ways to kind of mess with you as the audience a little bit.
Well, that's and I mean, I guess if you look at it that way, it makes you think that he's just crazy and he's just seeing shit. He's just imagining.
And
stuff.
I still question it.
Well, yeah.
I still questioned it, even with the Kanju aspect of it. You know, which is
and I love Kanju in this episode too. By the way, it's some great stuff with Kanju.
Yeah,
at first glance, I didn't like his animation. I thought, and then when he really turned around and started talking, I was like, I'm a big fan of this.
He looks sick.
Yeah,
he looks really sick.
Yeah, no, I love it, and visually, the show has just been spectacular. My word, when he finally gets suited up, man, and he's
as Mr. Knight first, as
oh
Mr.
my
Knight.
God.
When he suits up as Mr. Knight, that shit was amazing. I loved it.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I judged the hell out of Mr. Knight. Out of anyone here, I hated his look when it came out, when the poster came out.
I liked it.
I hated the look of it. I did the close-up of his face for some reason I was not a big fan of. Actually seeing him in action and understanding where they were going with Steven now, I was like, this is freaking amazing.
Mm-hmm.
When he squares up to the jackal and starts like trying to box it.
He's like float like a butterfly, sting like a bee.
Oh, I was kind of losing it. I'm not gonna lie. I was dying laughing when I was watching. I was like, I can't wait to show this to my girlfriend. She's gonna love this.
I don't know if you guys noticed too, whenever he finally gave control to Mark Spector, when he was transforming into the armored suit, you could see little bits of gold under the mummy wrap of his suit. There's like bits of gold all around the chest. So like that's like his whole suit is like armored in gold, so it's like protection, but at the same time it's still mummy wrapped. And I like the details that you could see of like all the different like mummy wrappings going around his whole body. I thought it was really cool seeing it like in closer proximity, actually being able to see the details. And the same thing with Khonshu, the Khonshu and his like skull and all the details that are put into that too is just some great stuff. I'm really enjoying the Egyptian lore and everything about the show. It's my favorite one so far, and I can't wait to see what these future episodes have for us.
I know it's wild, dude. The again, like when he's like going over those rooftops and stuff though, and like that.
Oh my God, when he was running, he was trying to get that hound thing to chase him, and then he's like, gotcha.
Yeah.
He said gotcha. He turned around and had the things
dropped his ass on the pyre, dude. I was like, oh my God, that was genius. Yeah,
dude.
And one of the things that it keeps showing me that really plays well in the show and I love is in the Steven discovering all of this Mark business and everything that he's done, how wide he has gone. You get the idea of like in that scene, like, oh, Mark knows the city, like he knew where to drop the jackal on the pyre to absolutely impale him. Like he's been running around the rooftops of Moon Knight for a solid minute now.
Yeah, it's this weird thing because this dynamic between Mark and Steven is like, we like Steven at this point, you know, as the audience, but we also like Mark now. But Steven wants to get rid of Mark, and it's like, so which way do we root, you know? And we don't really know, like, Steven's whole thing or Mark's whole thing, like, is he mentally ill, you know, or is this a fantastical thing? Like, Khonshu obviously is, but what's the deal with the Steven Mark? You know what I mean? Like, we don't really know that yet. Like, we don't know if that's an actual mental disorder that he's dealing with, or if there's something going on with Khonshu. It's one of the two.
I was just saying, according to there's that scene in the episode where he was.
We're talking to Ethan Hawke. You mean?
Well, no, when he was. Well, I mean, I guess that too. But when Mark Spector was talking to Khonshu, as well, where he was also when Mark Spector was talking to Stephen Grant, he was saying how he was just the avatar for Khonshu. So I feel like
that was a big development for me.
Yeah, I was about to say, I feel like
oh shit.
I feel like what Mark Spector says is true. Is like once he does Khonshu's deed in service, then Stephen Grant will get his body back. I feel like it is Stephen Grant's. What's it called? Mark Spector is just what's it called? A thing that Khonshu made to put into Steve Grant to have kind of like this double life. You know, if you know what I mean. It's basically, so Mark Spector in my eyes is basically just Khonshu's human version, so that he can be able to fight in the real world. If that makes any sense.
I think it's more of a Spawn relationship where he's been kind of commissioned. Spawn's a bit different because he's not one person inside of two bodies. He's just brought back to his messed up body. But I think it's more like he is commissioned. He was a man. He was commissioned by Khonshu to have a second chance, go out there and kick some asses, and that they basically just possess this fool. I think Mark's was a totally different person, whether what his background was, whether he died and Khonshu found him in the underworld or something like that, kind of like Spawn brought him in and said, listen, if you serve me, then we could get this squared off. We don't know yet, but the one thing is that Khonshu is obviously extremely manipulative to the point where he wants Mark to stay in Steven's body, in control, and keep doing this, and he's willing to threaten Mark's wife at this point, Layla, and say,
by offering the same
you're
thing,
not gonna like my next candidate. You're not
Exactly.
gonna like who it is.
Yeah. But
Exactly.
there's the Ethan Hawke situation is wild though too, because by the way, performance wise, the show is just top notch. And when we're looking at Oscar Isaac and Ethan Hawke together,
my God,
this is some of the
100%.
best performing I've seen in one.
I was gonna say the
these.
conversations that in this episode between Ethan Hawke and Oscar Isaac have been some great stuff. I honestly have really enjoyed it, and I can't wait to see what the future holds for these two, Ethan Hawke and Oscar Isaac, because it's been some great stuff. And will we see Amit in the future? I think that could be cool, or some version of Amit, like how we can see Khonshu throughout the show. I think it could be cool to see Amit as well. And just some other characters as well. I think the next episode is gonna be really cool to see Mark Spector at the pyramids of Giza in Egypt, and that whole all that shenanigans.
How unlikable the gods are right now too. I mean, Khonshu is a total D-bag, and I forget the god or goddess that Ethan Hawke.
Amit.
Is that Amit that Ethan Hawke?
Yeah,
is,
it's the crocodile head goddess.
Yeah. So Amit is obviously very imperfect in terms of
judging people
Amit's
before they
morals. Yeah, I mean, like that is the one thing where Steven's obviously like very taken back by the whole situation. Like, why is Ethan Hawke nice to me? Why is he not murdering me? Ooh, this is good lentil soup. But then he kind of steps out of it and is like, so you guys are okay. All of you here are okay with murdering children. I think that's where I draw the line. Like, yo, fuck you guys.
That was
I
actually
realized
funny.
like, these guys are
That was
kind of
really
fit
funny.
this too.
Yeah, and then he says too, he's like, oh, so you guys judge the innocent before they even like commit any wrongs? Because he's like, so what is like an evil thing? Because like I've thought about killing my boss, but I would never do that.
Yeah.
By the way, now that we saw the statue, I loved when they showed him with eyes, the gold statue that he talks to. Like that they showed him with eyes now this time, and last time we saw him, he didn't have that. They're like kind of like he's got to be a little insane, right? This Mark,
Yeah.
I think that's the indicator that I don't think it is. Mark is somebody that Khonshu put him in. I think he's actually just like a little bit insane, and he's trying to like get better from that. I think that's what's going on.
I mean, the seed is kind of planted for that, and I think Don made a good point here, where he does have the ID, where it's Mark's information, and not only that, but it would make sense that would more so be the case, because when he says, hey, if you want to give up and quit after this job, that's fine, but I'm going to pick Lila as my next one to serve me. I mean,
Avatar.
she's not dead.
Yeah.
She's the next Avatar. She's not dead. She's not someone from like a low pitted position. I mean, how much power does he have to just basically say like, sucks to suck, you're in this position? Because I don't think that, given Mark's relationship with Lila, that you would be persuaded into it by any means. So, I mean, he has to have some serious power to just kind of force this on people. Obviously, Ethan Hawke got out of it, but does Mark want to put that on Lila? And what terms is there to getting out of this deal with the devil?
I have a theory. This is my take on this right now. This is kind of where I'm looking at it. I think it is Mark Spector. I think that is the primary host of the body. 100%. But I think Steven is who Mark almost would have been had he just gone down a different path in life in general. Because Mark is a skilled man. Like, you know, Moon Knight or no Moon Knight, Khonshu, no Khonshu, he's a skilled dude. You know, there's a reason that Khonshu picked him as like the host.
I mean, yeah, in the comics, he was a boxer.
Yeah.
Mark Spector.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he's a very skilled individual.
And so I think that if he didn't, you know, go down this rough path, have this rough life, Steven's like who he would have been. You know, like I think that's kind of my take on it. Is Steven is almost a side of him that Mark Spector wants to be. Yeah.
In the comics, that's how Mark Spector got his powers from Khonshu. He was at the pyramids of Giza. He's about to die.
Yeah.
And then Khonshu came and like gave him the powers of the moon.
Yeah.
And Stephen Grant was just his alter ego.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was Mark Spector at night and Stephen Grant during the day.
Yeah.
Is basically how it worked in the comics, which is almost how it works a little bit here in this show.
A little bit, yeah.
Kind
yeah.
of.
A little bit of a different take because
it seems like prior to the episode, Mark had like full control day or night. It seemed like he just kind of did what he wanted at will. And because I mean, there's a good insinuation of Mark like making plans and doing things throughout the day and even at his work that like Steven is dealing with the implications of, like that one female coworker that he's like, what? I had the balls to ask her out. Like, obviously that's something that happened during the daytime, but yeah, I mean, they could be sticking to the script pretty good in terms of like the main comic iteration. Now there was a point where it showed what he did to the archaeologist when the cops come to pick him up. When he's at the scene, the archaeologists are dead. Do we know that those archaeologists were at the pyramid? Like at the pyramid?
I don't know. I was confused on that too. Yeah. I was questioning.
If so,
that
could be a big hint to the fact that maybe they are sticking to the main comic iteration in terms of maybe he was there, things went wrong, he was on the bed of death, and that's when he called out to Khonshu and asked and begged to be made his avatar to be able to live there.
It's possible. Yeah, I was questioning that too. That's a very big possibility. But yeah.
Oh, by the way, they had one of the because I watched the the new Rockstars Eric Voss breakdown on this episode, and and when they pulled up his record, Mark Spector's, the special agent named on there was actually one of the producers of the show.
That's a cool little detail. Yeah, absolutely.
And by the way, too, so I saw that on the passport of Mark Spector. They have on there the date of birth is March 9th, 1987, I think. Which March 9th is the birthday of Oscar Isaac.
Oh, really?
He was born in 79, not 87. So
great fun fact.
And then also the issue date, by the way, of his passport was December 2018, which, you know, the blip happened in May. So he was alive. He wasn't destroyed in the blip.
Oh, that's actually interesting. That's interesting.
That whole time.
That's cool. Yeah, because you always got to consider the blip happened in this universe too, which is interesting.
Exactly. Yeah, he was alive. Wow. He wasn't erased. He wasn't one of the 50% that was erased.
Wow.
He was over there fighting Ronin. Shit.
Also, another cool thing, I don't know if you
better see that episode.
I don't know if you guys picked it up too, is because I picked it up when I first saw it too, which Eric Voss he talked about it too, was when Khonshu was talking to Mark Spector, and then he was walking past him, and then his cloak kind of just went over the screen, and then the next thing you see is a blanket like lower down from a mirror. That's when Mark Spector was at Egypt. You see like Stephen Grant sitting down on the bed with like bloody knuckles. Like that's where Eric Voss was saying that it was like Stephen Grant trying to like break out of the glass and kind of get his body back, but he couldn't because he wasn't strong enough. And he was also wearing a necklace of the Star of David because Steve Grant in the comics is Jewish, and so that was a nice little hint that they did there, where they had him wear a Star of David necklace. So I thought that was pretty cool too.
Nice, fun stuff there. Look, guys, we got to wrap it up here. But yeah, I want to thank everybody for joining today. This is going to be a shorter one, like we said. But yeah, let us know what you thought of Moon Knight. Obviously, did you like it? Did you not like it? Are you still mediocre on it? Wherever you're at, let us know. But yeah, before we get going here, I want to thank the folks that came to join me for this conversation. David, thank you. And where can people find you?
Thank you, sir. You guys can find me at BKingDavid. That is BKING David at Instagram, at Snapchat. And you could find me and Jose on Stereo doing shows just like this, except a little bit more loose and more into the details of Game of Thrones. Whether you've seen it or not, You're gonna love our input and the fact that Jose thinks that dragons are somehow fucking invincible.
Oh yeah, and Jose, where can people find you? Thank you for joining.
You can find me on all socials at Type One Latino, all lowercase, all together, and on Stereo, of course. Like Dave said, we do some shows on Sundays, so make sure to check that out.
Oh yeah. Thank you guys for being here with us today. I've been Dom Martino. You can find me on Twitter at Dom_Martino_, on Instagram, Dom_Martino_official, and then on Twitter and Instagram, make sure you follow the Anorax pages as well. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave feedback in the comment section, share this with your friends, hit the bell for notifications. Haven't done it yet today, but please go over to Spotify. If you're already on Spotify, go over to YouTube and do all that. youtube.com/c/Anorax. I'll be leaving the Spotify description and the link of the video, and then same on Spotify. The YouTube description will be, or the YouTube link will be in the description. So thank you so much for joining. This has been fun. Been another episode of Movie Mornings, and we'll talk to you guys later.
See you.